what advice your parents gave you turned out to be complete bulls? Don't waste too much time on the computer. Becomes full-time software developer. Work doing what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. I do love what I do, but it's still effing hard work. Get into the best college you can, we'll figure out how to pay for it. Guess who has a ton of student loan debt now? Buy as much house as you can afford. Walk in and ask for a job. My mom always criticized little things I would do and say you're never going to get a boyfriend if you do it that way. Turns out that those little things were the reason my boyfriend asked me out. Good thing I'm stubborn and died and listened to her. Clean plate club and you'll grow up to be strong and healthy. She forgot to mention fat. Thanks, Mom. Computers will never catch on. Don't waste any more of your time on them. Wasted the decade doing random temping jobs before finally working with computers. Now they harass me all the time to fix their devices. There ain't nothing open after midnight but bars and girls' legs. I never could find any of those girls. My dad told me that you had to drink water and couldn't drink anything else, like soda or Kool-Aid or whatever, because your body wouldn't recognize it and you'd die of dehydration. If you study for the final year of high school, you'll never have to study for the rest of your life. I think this is very India-specific advice though. Boy, were they wrong. You can feed a family on minimum wage. Only if you're getting financial aid and food donations from the church. My family had built our lifestyle around being super poor. Glad I broke that cycle. My dad, a teamster, warned me not to use my GI Bill on college. Instead, I should go out and get a good union job, where I'll have a pension. Otherwise, any job I ever have, they could just fire me for no reason. Thankfully, I ignored him, and got my bachelor's in electrical engineering. I've been working steadily now for about 20 years and have a very large amount saved for retirement. They're teasing you because they like you. Very wrong. They bullied me because I was small and didn't fight back. It stopped when I finally snapped and threw one of them down a flight of stairs. You'll be empty and sad if you cut one of your parents out of your life. When I went away to college, I felt a gaping emptiness. That emptiness was family, and you'll feel it too. Wrong on all counts, Mom, and good riddance. Go to school. It's an investment in your future. My student loans cost more than 2x more each month than what I make after expenses. I literally become more and more in debt with each passing month. While working full-time, I'm a lawyer. Flattery will get you nowhere. Kissing ass is actually very helpful in getting ahead. I grew up in one of those bats crazy organic vegan non-GMO households. My mother used to always say that GMOs are actually government-controlled molecular robots that are used to control us. She used to also say that all gays have AIDS. F you, Mom. I am now an extremely gay bio student working with molecular robots that can save lives. They're only mean to you because they like you. They're jealous. That's a great way to encourage people into abusive relationships. Also, they are mean because I'm a effing loser with no social skills. Mom told me the pill wasn't effective if I drank alcohol. This was her way to stop me drinking underage. It worked. I choose underage sex instead. Only found out this was a lie in my 20s. I was shocked. I confronted her about it. She laughed and was proud. It worked for so long. I was put on the pill at a young age by my gynecologist due to a medical condition. If you fight back, you're just playing their game. Just get a teacher. Turns out some people in authority positions just suck as people. Others actively abuse their power, resisting with verbal, physical, or legal force is sometimes the only answer. Took me a long time to appreciate that. Don't play a brass instrument because it's for boys. Don't display your intelligence because boys find that intimidating. You just have to go talk to the manager. No, they'll tell me to apply online and probably think I'm stupid for not knowing to apply online, because literally every job expects you to apply online. I guarantee you if I went in there and asked to speak with the manager I'd get hired. You just have to show initiative. You have 30 years of industry experience at a well-known firm at the management level. Initiative is not the reason you're getting hired. It's because I have 6 months of experience and you have 30 years. I guarantee you if I emailed the director of HR, I would get hired. Yes, because you're a senior employee, not a 22-year-old begging for a job. You'll get a job. You just need to want it and work harder, maybe actually go out and look for a job instead of sitting on the internet all day. Holy s, shut the f up. I've been mindlessly filling applications for 6 straight hours and I've been doing this for weeks and I've gotten 3 replies and they were all telling me I didn't get the job. There were 3 billion less people on Earth when you got a job and the internet barely existed and people had more money to hire because that was before your generation decided to F the economy and make healthcare, housing, and education insanely expensive. Rant over. I have a job that I love now, but holy s, that was annoying. You can tell me, it's okay, I won't get angry. I remind myself that there is a filter that Reddit puts on reality, as does any medium, as does your parents' rose-colored memories and advice derived that memory. This isn't a binary world, and people's experiences, whether exaggerated, made up, or completely accurate, does not mean I should draw definite conclusions from what I read in this thread. Because some parents said to go to college and their children would be guaranteed a big income, and that didn't happen, that does not mean that college is in fact a waste of money every time. That might not even be true most of the time. There are so many variables, such as how that time in school was spent, internships, working, volunteering, networking, and what type of major was pursued. It certainly is believable that people could have done everything right and still fell short of what their parents said, but that isn't a set-in-stone rule. Also, I always hear about how one adult could work 20 hours at a factory and that was enough to own 2 houses, 4 cars, yearly vacations, while supporting a spouse and 15 kids, but the fact that other people might have been in a better situation doesn't mean I should skip college. As a rule, it just means that if I am taking advice from a parent I should keep that context in mind. Yes, baby boomers can have bad advice. Taking Reddit as truth can be even worse. To ignore bullies, that's the worst kind of advice one could give to kids. Bullies don't want attention, they want to cause damage. Trying to ignore them only give them more power. They feel like they can do whatever they want without any repercussion. In my case, as shy female, the only thing that stopped my always males bullies was me punching them in the face. Then, their poorly developed brain realized I wanted the easy prey they believed I was and stopped bullying me. I'm not proud of this, but I had to defend myself, since family and teachers weren't unable to help me in the best case, or brushed off the situation as unimportant in the worst. This works for adults too. Submissive people get used and abused. Teaching a young kid that they won't receive any help when they're threatened, to lower their head and pretending nothing is happening, will turn them into weak adults. Teach kids how to defend themselves. Damn it. Removed. You can't just apply online. Get dressed up, go to Lockheed Martin, introduce yourself, and ask if they have any available positions. I didn't do it for the record, they were just so adamant about it. It takes two hands to clap, a Confucian Chinese proverb which apparently means that if you disrupt the social order by being a victim, you probably did something to deserve it. Heard this one countless times growing up and it was always bulls. Drop out of college. You're too depressed to make it to graduation. Wrong. I made it. It doesn't matter what you major in. Just get a degree and you'll get a job easily. I graduated in the middle of the recession. Don't worry about having a plan financially. Everything will work out. Edit. Maybe I should specify that this particular comment came from a conversation about why I don't feel comfortable having kids just yet. Don't buy that old VW Beetle. I love that thing. It gave me a hobby, a sense of freedom, smiles from random strangers, and a huge international social circle. If you go to college, you'll make more money than we do and be more successful than we ever were. Anything about how to handle a bully. I should have taken a baseball bat to that asshole's face. Eat your carrots so you can see in the dark. Be good or Santa won't come. When working at a high warehouse job unloading 60-pound boxes from trucks all day, I hurt myself unloading one day and my parents kept telling me, it doesn't matter, just keep working. Stay at that job, it only matters that you work, not what you do. I hated my life for years. I didn't know why, I was just never happy, unfulfilled, felt no life purpose. I was treated like S for being white by openly racist bosses, and harassed at work all day every day. Then one day I found my passion. Building websites. I got an internship at an advertising agency, and 3 months later I was hired with less hours and making less money, but I felt amazing. I went from dreading sleeping at night because I knew I had to work the next day to literally thinking about work nonstop because I was so excited. It's been 2.5 years since then and I'm honestly an entirely different person now. I'm happy. I look forward to every day and even get a bit sad when I can't make it into work. I feel like my life matters, and that I'm doing something I'm proud of. I've been on cloud 9 ever since I got out of that horrible STI job. My mom told me one day I'd meet the perfect man and he'd dump me for having poor table manners. I met the perfect man and he got egg stuck in his beard on our first date. 2.5 years later we're expecting a baby. My mom once told me that men never had to apologize and that saying sorry was the woman's job. I knew instantly how bulls it was and it made me wonder what kind of effing Stockholm Syndrome my father gave my mom. Anything about dating the girls. Although I always knew it was bulls. My dad hates women, along with people of color, but that's another story. And my mom thinks all women are stupid, weak, and materialistic. I was getting my girlfriend a whiteboard because she liked to doodle and it would be a cute gift. My parents flipped us, telling me that was the dumbest gift ever and that she would break up with me, so I got her a candle instead. She would later tell me a whiteboard was a fine gift and I later got her one that we both enjoyed. We dated for 5 years and my mom kept hammering into me that my GF was gonna cheat on me all because I haven't bought her jewelry yet. From then on, I kept my dating life private for my pathetic family. You can be anything you want to be. The Yankees disagree. My father advised me to stay in your own country. That's where you're the happiest. I travel abroad at least once a year and I'm the happiest man alive. Well, given I'm not blind yet. Pretty much all of it. If I listened to them, I'd be a divorced community college dropout with 3 kids working a job I hate in a town that's dying and catering to their every whim. I'm a married, child-free engineer in a mid-sized city with absolutely no contact with my parents. Now I just have to deal with the PTSD that is my life gift from them. Mine was, honesty always wins, or something. Policemen weren't on my side though. Always listen to your parents. Spend 1 4 save 3 4. My paycheck is $8 an hour. The determined minimum wage in America is $7.50. Who in their right mind would think I would be able to live with a savings mentality where my paycheck to spend freely, food and would basically be $2 an hour? Study what you find interesting and a career will follow. Waste of 4 years and a load of money, mostly scholarship money, some of my parents' money, a tiny bit of my own money. Violence is never the answer. Don't turn on the indoor car lights at night or the cops will pull you over. I believed all my life it was illegal. I should just try to get that first job I interviewed for. I would have been miserable there. Like, get out in 3 months miserable. Stop being depressed and it'll get better eventually. It didn't. People only pretend to be your friends to take advantage of you. Family is what matters. High school should be the best time of your life. Enjoy it while you can. Music can only be your hobby. You should get a real job. Started making money only with music since 17 yo. Never worked a day anywhere else and made a great career out of it. I was going to be okay. Playing video games won't get you a job. I still don't have a job, but has someone given you 10 on Twitch for sucking at an old game? No. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to hear more of the best posts.